The CAC Case Management Project works with individuals who are referred that are at risk of eviction.
That's one thing we realized as we were first starting, that we're the proactive side of it. That if you get evicted from here, there's a high likelihood that you are going to be homeless.
A lot of the folks that the case managers have worked with, they are all alone with not much social support or family support, and so the case managers sort of become that. Just somebody that they have to be sort of accountable to, and just a friend.
These are human beings that have feelings, and sometimes all they need is somebody to just step in, advocate for them, and start down the right path.
One of the advantages to being on site as opposed to the other case management style is that we're here as it happens. So, we kind of say we put out a lot of fires. We're here as they're having the conflict, so we can kind of help them through it.
Being a voice, standing out, because they didn't understand some of the rights that they had and didn't know the laws and policies. They just kind of took things as it is, whatever someone tell them, they just figured that's what it is. But for them to now have a voice and say, okay, I didn't know or was not aware that service was available, or that I had the right to request an informal hearing instead of just get out in 30 days because they told me I had to.
Well, I had an individual who had been basically called for a hearing, an informal hearing, because he was having visitors in his apartments that were inappropriate. And we sat down and we talked about ways in which he could keep people out of his apartment. And he basically understood the position of KCDC and has now off probation and doing quite well.
I think that the difference is that they know I'm there and I'm a contact point for them. And without that, you'll either deal with them when you have to or when you don't have a choice. And that's what has happened before, I believe, case management came into the picture.
We had a very high eviction rate at the high rises that we're working in, and since then we've only had 2 people that have returned to the shelter, but just in the last year it's been over 280-some folks, and only 2 have gone back to the shelter.
I think success is taking a person who normally would not have an opportunity to live what we consider a normal life. A person that is able to go home, have their own key, and they're able to stay there and maintain that and build relationships in a safe environment.
Just for an initial deposit and rent and all those things for people to come up with, it's expensive. And if they're cycling through jails because they're sleeping on property that they're not, the private property they're not allowed on, that's expensive. That costs all of us money. So
I have to second everyone what they said. Maintaining stable, secure housing is the greatest success.
And so the key, CAC believes, is in prevention. Never let them get to that point, so you never have that expense of trying to get them back into housing.